Welcome class 6 in our e-learning class, and today we will read from our civics book. You are not having the book, I know. So we have completed up to that part that we can find that some people, they are trying their level best to improve their condition. We have seen that what is happening in the not happening, actually what used to be the practice in the Muslim families, that the girls, they were not sent to school, and it is not only for some sort of religion purpose, actually because of poverty they were not able to attend school. But now the situation has changed a lot. People already have understood the importance of getting educated. So let's resume reading. On being discriminated against, people are engaged in different kinds of work like teaching, carpentry, pottery, weaving, fishing, farming, etc. to earn a livelihood. However, certain kinds of work are valued more than others. Activities like cleaning, washing, cutting hair, picking garbage. This portion also we have read that picking garbage are seen as tasks that are of less value, and people who do not do this work are seen as dirty or impure. This part also we have completed, where we have come to know about the work that people, they do, like picking up the garbage or cleaning the drains and all these things. They are also considered quite impure, like the impure drain only, like that garbage only. They are quite impure to us or for us. But actually if they are not doing that work, in that case our whole society will become quite impure. We must be thankful to them rather than disrespecting them. And also we have come to know that how the matter of this upper caste and lower caste, it is determined. That means the ladder is there, and if you are just on the top of the ladder, that means you are upper caste, and if you are at the bottom of the ladder, then you are seen as unworthy and called untouchables. Caste rules were set which did not allow the so-called untouchables to take on work other than what they were meant to do. For example, some groups were forced to pick garbage and remove dead animals from the village. But they were not allowed to enter the homes of upper caste or take water from the village well or even enter temples. This one also we have completed, that even their children, they were not allowed to attend the school. Even if they are attending the school, they were not allowed to sit next to the children of other caste. Thus, upper caste acted in ways which did not give the so-called untouchables the same rights as they enjoyed. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, one of the greatest leaders of India, shares his first experience of caste-based discrimination, which took place in 1901 or 1901, when he was just 9 years old. He had gone with his brothers and cousins to meet his father in Koregaon, which is now in Maharashtra. Long did we wait, but no one turned up. An hour elapsed, and the station master came to inquire. He asked us for our tickets. We showed them to him. He asked us why we tarried. We told him that we were bound for Koregaon and that we were waiting for father or his servant to come, but that neither had turned up and that we did not know how to reach Koregaon. So they were standing in the station because they were thinking that either father or his servant would come to take them to, that means will help them to reach Koregaon. But they don't know how to go. That means the route was unknown to them. We were well-dressed children. From our dress or talk, no one could make out that we were children of the untouchables. Indeed, the station master was quite sure we were Brahmin children and was extremely touched at the plight in which he found us. The station master also didn't know that they belonged from these untouchables, or they belonged to the family of these untouchables, and he thought that they are Brahmin children and he was deeply moved by their matter, that is this pitiful matter. As is usual among the Hindus, the station master asked us who we were. Without a moment's thought, I blurted out that we were Mahars. Mahar is one of the communities which were treated as untouchables in the Bombay Presidency. He was stunned. So after listening to their, better to say, that means it must be his surname, or that means the community. When he has come to know about their community, at that time the station master was stunned because he was thinking that they were Brahmin children. His face, he was stunned. His face underwent a sudden change. We could see that he was overpowered by a strange feeling of repulsion. That means he was now thinking, what I have done. I just conversed with these children I conversed with these untouchable children. So as soon as he heard my reply, he went away to his room and we stood where we were. 15 to 20 minutes elapsed. The sun was almost setting. Our father had not turned up, nor had he sent his servant. And now the station master has also left us. We were quite bewildered. That means we were just quite, what to say, that means we were not at all in good condition. Mental condition was not at all now in a state to just in a peaceful state. And the joy and happiness which we felt at the beginning of the journey gave way to a feeling of extreme sadness. After half an hour, the station master returned and asked us what we proposed to do. We said that if we could get a bullock cart on hire, we would go to Koregaon. And if it was not very far, we would like to start straightway. There were many bullock carts plying for hire. But my reply to the station master that we were Mahars had gone round among the cartmen and not one of them was prepared to suffer being polluted and to demean himself carrying passengers of the untouchable classes. So these children, they were just waiting there. And when B.R. Ambedkar, he had just uttered that they belong to these Mahars, or they were Mahars. At that time, that news, it has gone up to the cartmen or the people who were just ready to provide the service of the cart, bullock cart. Now they are not at all eager to pollute their cart or demean themselves by carrying the passengers of these untouchable classes. So we were prepared to pay double the fare, but found that money did not work. Even the money didn't matter for those cartmen, because they were thinking we will not carry these people, to carry these children along with us. Otherwise our cart will become impure. We will also become quite impure. Even they were not at all ready to accept the double amount. The station master who was negotiating on our behalf stood silent, not knowing what to do. At least the station master, he just took their side, that means this children's side, and negotiated with this cartman. But still then, it was of no help. So children, in our next class, we will just continue with this, with the next part of the chapter. Still then, stay safely at home. Bye.